Hi, everyone. If you're new here, hi, my name is Marie. If you're not, thank you for returning and supporting my channel. I really, really appreciate that. Today, it's going to be all about propagations. So this wall behind me with the three white planters, I brought these planters from my old house. And when I moved in here, I think it was like 2018. I figured I could put them there and it would fill up this space and give it a nice warm entrance. So it's probably like one of the first things you see when you come up to this level in my townhome. So as I've decorated throughout the years, I feel like they no longer fit the aesthetic of my home. So I got some new ones that I'm going to put up here and replace them. So this little section is just going to get a nice little makeover and refresh. And I'm going to put some new display hanging planters up here. I'm going to be repotting these into new pots that match the new planters. And I'm going to be combining some propagations that I've had rooting for months. I don't know about you guys, but I have the best intentions when I do my little cuttings, thinking that, oh, I'm just going to let them root for a little bit and then I'll pot them up. Well, 6 months later, I have this little Cebu Blue cutting. And yes, this is a bourbon bottle, but look how cute it is. I will put a plant in anything, okay? So this one has been rooting for quite a while. You can see it has the roots just swirling around in the bottom down there, but that's not the only one. I have this little global green cutting, as well as these cuttings from my skeleton key pothos. They're all just, look how rooted this thing is in here. And this little global green. Look at that. Okay, well, they're gonna get potted up with the rest of them. This thing is looking a little, it's a little sad right now, but when I give it its refresh, I'm sure it's gonna look much, much better. And on top of that, in keeping with the propagation theme, I'm going to be cutting some more cuttings off of my skeleton key pothos, as well as my philodendron Brazil, because they've gotten a little long and I want to ensure that I can keep them sitting where they are in my home. So I'm just going to do a little bit of maintenance and cut some off, and then I'm going to repot them in these jars. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing we need to do is to sterilize my cutters. So I just have some alcohol and some water in here. I'm just going to spray these down real good so that I can make sure I'm not going to contaminate my plant with anything. And then we're just going to go ahead and make some cuttings. It's always a little shocking when you have to cut these things. Like, I know that this needs to be done, but I really hate doing it. So let me just find the right place to make the cuttings, because I really do like how it's growing, but it's just, I don't want it to be all the way down to the floor. So I'm just going to prune it a little bit to keep it at a manageable height, I guess. So, ooh, I'm really doing it. Okay. We got this. Okay. I've cut this thing once before and it did not seem to be phased at all. I have those cuttings over there that I was supposed to put on a moss pole, but yeah, that didn't happen. So maybe I will be able to get around to doing it with some of these cuttings, but they're pretty long right now. So I'll have to cut them some more. There's so many tendrils. Jeez. Okay, so my camera, my video stopped in the middle of me trimming this, but this is everything that we've cut off of it, and this is it now. So I'm happy that you can now see my next shelf down. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the philodendron Brazil that's on the other shelf. Okay, here we are with the philodendron Brazil. You can see it's not as long as the skeleton key pothos, and we only have a few of the vines hanging down on this one. So it's not going to be as dramatic as a cut for the other one had. So that's a good thing. I'll just cut here. Okay. I really hate cutting these big leaves off, so I'm trying to find one where the leaves aren't that big. I think this is good. There. Now we can see the next shelf down, and oh, I forgot these cuttings. Oh wow. Look at these. These are going to be potted up with the rest of the pothos over there. So I'm going to add these to the collection. I completely forgot that they were even sitting here. And now that I'm looking, I see that I have another thing of cuttings on the other side of the TV that I'm going to grab and bring in as well. So I'm going to just sit these on the counter until I'm all done potting these up. And then I will reuse the jars that I had these rooting in. Now I'm just going to take these planters down and assess all of the plants that I have and then repot them. I still need to put together the new planters, the plant frames that I got from Amazon. So I'm going to be putting those together as well. So I'm just going to get started with taking down the wall planters that are up there currently. So let me move all of these to the side. Oh, and one more thing is that these are potted in soil. So I'm going to be taking them out of the soil and repotting them with some of the other cuttings in pond. And I'm very excited about that because y'all know how I feel about the gnats. And I'm really excited to be combining some of the cuttings from my Cebu Blue so that I could have a much fuller plant. And I will let them trail as much as they want down the wall once I get them into their new planters. So I'm going to have to go and get the drill so that I can, oh, I have a screwdriver. Let's see. It's much faster with the drill, but I think I can get them off with this screwdriver. They shouldn't be in that deep. And I don't want to have to put more holes in my walls. So I'm really, really hoping that the new pots will be able to utilize these. I had them secured with some sticky tape, double-sided sticky tape as well at the bottom, so they wouldn't protrude. But I'm hoping that I don't have to drill more holes. The drill is much faster, but it's downstairs in the garage somewhere. And my husband's not home, so I don't really know where he's keeping that thing. And you can see, I really like these planters, but they have gold on it. I don't have anything gold in my house. Everything is like stainless steel, silver, or like black. So I may repurpose these, and I'm sure you'll probably see them in another room in my house at some point. And I'm just keeping the screws in here so that I don't lose them. Okay, now that we have those down, let's go ahead and start putting together the new ones. I grabbed the other cuttings that I had on the other side of the room that I want to incorporate in this mix, as well as my string of hearts that I recently repotted. And you can see how long they've gotten. They were doing so well upstairs in my plant room / office, and I repotted them and hung them in the window, in an opposite window than where they were originally. And they did not like it. All of them looked so sad and sick. You can see how happy it was with all the balloons on there, but now it looks like they are just gonna fall out of here at any moment. So we may be dealing with root rot here. Are you kidding me? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. They're just coming out. They're not even, oh. Oh, wow. Well, we're going to be putting these in water. I'm probably going to cut the strands in half and put them in water so that I can restart this again. Let me just put this over to the side. And we will deal with this in a second. Okay, for now, we're just going to focus on putting these planters together because I feel like I'm all over the place. just need to focus on one thing at a time. And guys, I got this cutie little box cutter. Look at that. It's a cat paw. That is too funny. Okay, let me focus. But if you like that little box cutter, I'll put the description. I'll put the information on it in the description. I just got it off of Amazon, where I do the majority of my shopping. And I think that I will just try and see if these, like, hang them up, dry fit, to see if I'm going to need to put more holes in the wall, because if that's the case, then I'm certainly going to have to get that drill out. Oh, they're mounted completely differently than the other ones were. So these are going to be mounted here. And then these plates are going to be mounted. Maybe I should read the directions. Oh, I see. So these are just going to sit on top of here. And then this little thing is going to have to be mounted here. So this is what's going to be mounted to the wall. So I'm going to have to put more holes in the wall. So let me just go ahead and put these together. And then I will go and get my drill, and we can measure them out and see how they're going to fit up there. Well, at least they come with all of the hardware that I'm going to need, including these little sinkers for the wall and the screws. So that's a good thing. I don't have to go searching for more of those, but we'll see. Looks pretty straightforward. Okay. Looks pretty straightforward as I put it on backwards. It's okay. So these long screws Just screw right into here. Put the second one in. Tighten this one up. Okay, that's all done. Now you just sit this one on top here and screw it in. And it's all done. That's pretty simple. So now all I got to do is measure where I'm going to hang these on the wall, and we'll be all set. So let me just put the rest of them together, and then we'll see how they'll be placed on the wall. And of course, I'll fast forward through this since you've already seen me put one together. Okay, y'all. So none of those holes are going to work because these mount on the wall completely different than the other wall planters did. So I went ahead and I measured out where I'm going to hang them. And I did that off camera because it just took me so long to figure out the placement for them. And this wall is so narrow, so I had to take that into consideration as well. So now I went and got the drill, and I got the hammer. I don't know if I'm going to need this, but I got it just in case because I don't want to go back down those stairs. So I'm just going to go ahead and put the holes in the wall, and I'm going to put these little sinkers, the little plastic sinkers, into the wall, and then we'll be ready to mount these on the wall. So here goes. And I'm just using the screws to put the hole in the wall to prepare for the sinkers. Okay, so I tried to put that first one up there. It's not level, and I couldn't find where the level is. So thankfully, my husband just came home, so I'm going to have to recruit him to get his assistance in putting these things up on the wall. So, okay, we got some help. Hi, babe.
Hey, sweetie. What's happening? Make it happen.
So he says that we need to take these apart in order to be able to hang them on the wall because the placement of the screws on the base is very awkward. So I'm just going to take one apart to get him started on where they need to be. Here's this one.
Start with that one.
Do you want me to take all of them apart?
We will eventually. It's
Okay.
only two, right?
Yeah, well, there's 3 of them. So what I want is to have one right here, one directly above it, and then this one is going to be offset to the side in between
Okay, gotcha.
the 2.
Gotcha.
Okay, now that we have all of the wall sconces up there and ready to go, I'm just going to go ahead and take the rest of these cuttings out of the soil and clean off the roots. And then we'll get them in their new pots and place them in their new spots. Okay, I got my little mat and I got my pots that I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using clear pots. They are all no drainage. And because they're no drainage, I'm going to put a layer of leca in the bottom of them and then fill the rest with pond, because I find that it's easier for me to tell when it needs more water when I have the leca balls in the bottom, because the pond is, it's not as easy to see the water in there for some reason. I don't know, maybe it's just my old age and my eyes not being as good as they used to, but I can tell when it needs water better because there's that little layer of leca at the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and start with getting the soil off of all of these. I think there's only 3 of them that are in soil. The rest of them are in water, and this one is in pond. So it's about ready to come out of this little starter pot that I had it in. So just gonna go ahead and get the dirt off of all of these. Wow, that was easy. I just watered this not long ago, so that was probably a good thing. It's got really good roots on this one. Well, there you go. There's one unpotted. I'm just gonna lay them over here while I take the rest of the dirt off of the other ones. Oh no, what's happening here? That one looks like it's dying off. It's yellowing and dying off. So I'm just gonna get rid of that one and go ahead and move on to the next. Oh wow, these things are coming off really easy. I'm so happy about this. Thought that was gonna take way longer than it is. Okay, there's the other one. Another one, unpotted. And then just gonna undo this one. This one's dry, so it's not falling right off like the other ones did. So, but still, it's not that bad. being compacted on the roots or anything, so that's a good thing. And all of them have such healthy roots, so that's great. All right, so I got the soil off of those, so I'm just going to take these 3 bundles outside on my balcony and wash off the rest of the soil so I can prepare them to be put into the leca. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back, and I have cleaned all the roots off of the 3 different bundles that I had. These roots are so long. Look at that. And then the Cebu blue. I went ahead and showered all the leaves down as well while I was out there. And I noticed that there are some yellowing leaves in here that I'm going to be pruning off of here, but I'm going to go ahead and pot it up first, and then I'll deal with those roots. So I'm going to start with the Cebu blue, since they're so well-mannered with their root systems. So this is the other one that I'm going to be rooting up with this one. So let me just go ahead and get that out. Wow, that's a really good root system it has. So that's awesome. Okay, let me just put this to the side. Grab my container. All right, so I'm just going to put a layer of leca in the bottom first. And I already cleaned my pond, so I came prepared. I cleaned my leca. So let me just go ahead and start. That should be enough. Get me some pond in here. And this is Lechuza pond. Okay. And then I'm going to just pop my little cuttings in here and spread the roots out as best I can. I have been getting so many of my plant chores done lately. Maybe it's because I've been recording more of these things, but it really motivates me to get my chores done because I have content and I can share it with somebody instead of just being me here by myself doing it. This has been a really interesting transition and journey that I've been on since I've retired, because I've been working since I was like 14 years old. So to be retired, my husband and I are retired now. So to be retired and have all of this time on my hands and I can just do whatever it is I want to do, he and I make sure that we do stuff together. Like on Thursdays, we've designated that as our golfing day. So we go golfing and then we grab a bite to eat. and it's just a nice, chill, relaxing day for us to hang out and catch up and see, what we've been doing for the week. He is still in the corporate mindset, whereas I'm like completely retired, if you couldn't tell. I'm all about the plants. So there's the Cebu Blue. It looks so good. I'm gonna set this aside so I can trim off those dead parts or those yellowing bits in a few minutes. So now on to the next one. Start with a layer of Rebecca. That should be good for that one. Oh, there were more Cebu Blue cuttings that I forgot to add to the pot. So I'm gonna have to take some of it out and put those in there. Oh, you know what? Those are not Cebu Blue cuttings. Never mind. Those are my skeleton key pothos cuttings. So, but let me just show you. They look so similar. The leaf structure of them looks so similar, but I can tell the Cebu Blue has that bluish green undertone, whereas the skeleton key pothos is way darker green color. But the leaf shape is very similar. Okay, so we are done with this one. All right, now let's get back to that one. So I have some, now this is Marble Queen pothos right here. And these are neon pothos and more Marble Queen, it looks like. Yeah. So I think I'm going to combine this bouquet of neon pothos mixed with Marble Queen with the global green cuttings that I have, and I'm going to put these skeleton key pothos, all of them in the same pot. So there's a nice mixture in there. And I don't mind that they're all mixed up in the same pot because I have them separated. The mother plants, they're all separated on the other side of the room. So I don't mind that there's going to be like a little mixture of plants on this side of the room. Global green has some really good roots on it as well. And I'm hoping that this is going to be enough pond in this bin. I do have some more. I have like 2 more bins that I cleaned off already, so I just don't feel like going up those 4 flights of stairs. Actually, I'm on the 2nd level, so I would have to run up and down 2 flights of stairs, but still, I don't want to have to if I don't need to. But it's looking like I might have to take that trip. Yep, it looks like I might have to go upstairs to get more pond. That's okay. It's already clean, so I'm not going to take that long to go grab it. Just trying to get it to settle down in the pot. And that's what that pot looks like. And once it gets all settled down in there, it's gonna look so good. And I'm not really concerned about this being in a no drainage container, because these all were rooted in water. And so I don't think that they were in that soil long enough to get soil roots, which is why the soil came off so quick and easy. So that was good. Let me just wrap this one around because this vine is really long, and as you can see, it doesn't really have a lot of leaves on it until the end down here. So I'm going to just wrap it around in here. Try and bury it under some of this pond. Nope, that didn't work. But I did wrap it around, so that's good. I'll probably have to get some pins in here and pin it down. I'll grab some when I go upstairs to get the rest of the pond. And I don't mind this back side being not as full as the front, because this is the part that's going to be facing out anyway, so nobody's going to see the back of these pots, because they'll be facing the wall. Okay. That's what that one looks like. So pretty. Okay, now I'm gonna run upstairs to get some pins, and I'm gonna get the rest of the pond that I need to finish this off. Okay, I'm back with my pond and the pins. I need to tighten these down. They're just little pinning stakes. I'm just going to stick them in here. Make sure they're over some of the nodes so they can start rooting into the pond. just pinned them down and put more pond on top of them. So there we go. Now that's all done. We're in the home stretch now. The last one. This one to the side. On in there. All right, my little bouquet of, Marble Queen. This one is growing a little weird how the roots are on here, so I'm gonna probably keep him out until I get closer to the top, and then I'll root him down in there. And then this one, just gonna take him and his pond and plop him right on into this basket. Oh, look at its roots. Had him in this little pot a little bit too long, so its roots are growing out of the bottom here. Oh gosh. There we go. Okay, that one's in. And then I just have a couple of philodendron lemon lime and then some philodendron Brazil cuttings that I'm just gonna put in the pot as well. So there's gonna be lots of color and contrast going on in this little pot, which is what I'm hoping for. It's what I want to achieve. Okay. Now, place this in here. Cover its roots a little bit. Place this one in here. And cover him as well. There, now his roots are covered. The stem is also covered, but that's okay. I just wanted to make sure that those roots were covered to make sure that it is able to get water. through its roots. So now I'm just going to fill up the front of this pot. I brought you in a little bit closer so that you could see what I'm doing. You see all of the exposed stems in there, so I'm just adding more pond in here to cover that up. So there's a little area right here that needs more pond. See all these roots? Trying to get them further down in the pot so that they can be well covered. There we go. Now this one's all potted up as well. And that's what that one looks like. So now I'm just going to cut the yellowing leaves off of this Cebu Blue. Just pinch them off, I guess. Okay, that looks like all of them. So now I'm just going to water them all in and put them in their spots. I'll be right back. I got my little watering can here and I'm just going to add some water to the reservoir. You can see here the little leca balls at the bottom is going to be my goal of how far I fill the water in here. Okay. We've got the water until about right here. So that's good to go. Same thing with this one. Okay. All set. And then the last one. Now, just set them up on there. I think I want the Cebu Blue back on top because I really want a full hanging basket of this one, or trailing basket of this one, not hanging. And I put, this one is shorter. It's trailing shorter than this one is. This one is trailing a little bit longer. So I'm gonna put this one over here by itself so it can have room to grow as long as it needs to. Because I want these to be really, really long. Not so much on my bookshelf around the TV because they get in the way of the shelves below them. And I don't like that. I want to be able to see all the different levels of the shelf. So yeah, but these on this side can grow as long as they want. And I have 3 more full basket of plants that I didn't need to go out and spend money on because I just created these from cuttings from the plants that I already had in the house. So, oh my gosh, that looks amazing. I am so happy with that. It turned out so good. What do you guys think? Let me know. Let me know in the comments if you think I should rearrange it in some other way. But I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. It looks really good to me, and I love how full that Cebu blue is up there. And this is gonna, as they grow out, it's gonna look so much better when they grow out and get more full, and you'll have all the different types of plants mixed in together. It's just gonna look so good. All right, so the next steps is to just get my string of hearts into some water, and the rest of the cuttings that I took from my philodendron Brazil as well as my skeleton key pothos. So let's just get them into some water. I have to clean out the vessels because I'm going to reuse some, but I'm going to put my string of hearts into this taller bottle. And I think that's going to be better because they are really long. So I'm just going to be cleaning these jars out with, you see all the algae from where they were rooting before. I'm just going to put a little bit of Epsom salt. Really, any kind of salt that you have will work with this, as long as it's the coarser salt will work. So I just put a little bit of salt in there, a little bit more. A little bit of salt, add a little bit of vinegar, doesn't have to be a lot. You can see I just coated the bottom of it with it, and look at this. Look at that. Comes right off. Now I'm just going to add a little bit of warm water in here before I pour out the mixture, just to make sure that I get it all coated. Just letting the water heat up a little bit. Swirl it around to make sure that I get all of the sides coated. All right. Look at that. I didn't even have to use a brush or anything. Make sure I get all of the salt and vinegar out of there. and now it's ready to be used again. So I'm going to go through that process with all of these because I've already used them, and I'm just going to fast forward through that process. Okay everybody, my phone died in the middle of me filming, putting the water into my string of hearts, but as you can see, it's all potted up now. I cut it off, cut them in half, and now they're going to be rooting in here for a while. And we have my philodendron Brazil cuttings, as well as my skeleton key pothos. So we've got everything all propagated. Thank you so much for hanging out with me while I went through this process. I think that the refresh on my wall behind me looks so good. I'm happy with the results, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time.